So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the post-Gigonometry gig, the first one of the night with Cloud Culture. So we have Ingrid, we have Tully, the late Tully, we have Sean, and we have Luke from the band. So first of all, how was the gig for you, Sean?
Yeah, well enough. Yeah, it went okay. Yeah, it seemed to be well received, but yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. Well, we all enjoyed it anyway, and you got some folks standing up at the front of the gig giving it loads of welly. And I noticed you were giving it to somebody because they were on their smartphone. Way to go, dude!
Yeah, well, I'm not all for that kind of lifestyle at the moment. So yeah,
especially with the songs we were playing. Like that's one of the main messages behind one of the songs.
How do you feel about all this thing? You know the way when I think it was Kate Bush last year, she was playing all those shows in London, and she begged people not to videotape, just to live in the moment. So, Luke, what do you think about this whole smartphone thing?
Oh man, I don't know. Like I go on quite a rant if you ask me that. But in short, I mean, I'm not for. I mean, I got my flip phone myself, and I don't know. Smartphones are kind of like the newest tool of addiction, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just think people can't really be present in an actual place if they're on their smartphone in another world.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you. And it's great to see young people like yourselves having that attitude, because so many people are literally stuck in that space down there, aren't they? And it's kind of living vicariously rather than living in the real world, as it were. Ingrid, as the only female in the band, and you're playing bass, and the whole sound kind of reminds me. It's kind of Radioheady, that kind of vibe. At times, I was getting that real kind of scene. How did it all come about for you, Ingrid?
We were in bands in 4th year together, and I used to play keyboards, and then one day they're like, "Here, play this song on bass," and I was like, "Alright." And then come September, which was like after the summer, I was like, "I'm gonna play bass. Okay. It's grand." And now I play bass. No lessons, just Sean tell me.
Great, isn't it great when somebody just does what you tell them, unlike a certain drummer who we won't mention.
I tried to tell her to keep her pink hair, but she refused to do that.
Oh yeah, I was disappointed I didn't see any pink hair tonight. I was really looking forward to that. But anyway, a bit of anticipation for next time, okay? And Tully, I have to say, you're just the coolest looking drummer ever. It was like he was hardly moving a muscle at all, and yet he was playing these really cool kind of beats and stuff, What's your kind of template for your drumming style, Tully?
Template for my drumming style? I don't know, like I do a bit of jazz. I studied with a guy called Kevin Brady. He was my teacher for a long time, and he's class. He goes around playing in different countries, jazz kind of music. But I know I like rock and stuff as well, and I listen normally I'm listening to kind of like electronic hip hop music, like not the sort that I'd be playing, but I don't know. I don't really know what the basis is, but I just do. I enjoy playing with the band. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. The lads were kind of slagging it before he came down, saying Tully's a terrible timekeeper, and I was going, that's not good for a drummer. But that's all right. We'll let you away with it. You're a cool guy, and that's all right. And Sean, I notice you don't do a whole lot of kind of Facebooking and that sort of thing. Is that a deliberate thing, or is it just that it's in the early stage of the band's development?
I don't really know. You could call it laziness if you really wanted.
Okay.
But no, it's not quite that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of complements our style, really. We're not hugely vocal. We're doing this for the fun, really. At the moment, it's about just spreading our message, but like in a relaxed way, I guess. We're not in your face on Facebook. If you see these certain groups and certain companies and bands and stuff, they're just always at you. But we want to give people information when they need the information, and for an upcoming gig and stuff. And this music is really going along with what I'm saying.
Which is really nice. I mean, it strikes me that you get on really well together, and you are kind of fairly chilled out, and it's just all. I mean, you're kind of passionate about it. You can tell that you really get into your music. Your songs are very intimate and very kind of well woven together and that kind of thing. It's like you just get a vibe going in the studio. And Luke, I guess, Sean starts off, you add on some things, Ingrid comes in, Tully comes in, and it kind of just grows organically. Is that the way it actually happens, rather than it being you bringing a crafted song, Sean?
Well, I generally bring like an idea or something and put it forward to the table, and let the rest do its work. Really,
kind of build on it. Like we have a bassist, like he'll make a skeleton for like guitar or for drums or something. Like depending on the song, and then we'll all just build off that, and it becomes everyone's own thing, and it becomes ours. Like it's class. But Sean is brilliant with it doesn't go without saying Sean is amazing at, he's a genius, a multi-talented genius musically, and it's really cool.
I'm quite shy and bashful about that compliment as well. I notice, the words like genius and things like that, they're not thrown around lightly. So
I wouldn't quite go that far. Just something I found myself interested in from a very young age, and I happened to find the right people to share the interest with. So
well, that's great. Well, I mean, you don't have to be cocky about it. The only man that ever did that was Oscar Wilde, who said, "I've nothing to declare but my genius." So, but he was genuinely a genius. So that was all right. He's allowed to that kind of thing. So you're in the process of making an EP at the moment and getting some stuff out there for people to hear.
Yeah, well, not really. We've got a 4-track demo up on SoundCloud at the moment, and that's kind of all we have to show for. But sonically, online and stuff. But some of the songs we just played, we're planning on recording soon enough. We've got a guy who said he'll hook us up with some recording on the cheap and stuff. So we're just gonna see how well the actual recording goes, and then depending on how well it's received and stuff, we'll see whether or not to just continue on with the demo building or actually go out and try release something. Yeah, so.
Exactly. And he's all in college and stuff, or he's ready to kind of give this a bit more time and attention, or what's the current situation?
We're actually in 6th year in school.
Yeah, we're about to do our leaving cert, so it's
So-
probably the least active time. But after that,
But yeah, once the summer hits and stuff, we're gonna really focus on it.
Well, fair play to you for doing the gig tonight, because I was talking to a band a couple of months ago who are also doing their leaving cert this year as well, and I wanted them to do a Gigonometry show, and they said, unfortunately, because it's a weeknight, we can't. Our parents won't let us, So it was nice to see that your parents would actually release you tonight from study duties or whatever.
They like to call themselves our biggest fans sometimes, so they're happy to sacrifice a couple of points in the leaving cert for a couple of shows.
Absolutely, it's a wholesome education we're getting here, folks. It's not all just about school, sure it's not. So listen, thanks a million for coming down tonight. I really appreciate you doing it, particularly for the year that's in it. And best of luck with the future. We look forward to hearing from Cloud Culture again very soon. Thank you.